David, the other issue I wanted to get you on, I applaud your work in standing up against the sugar tax, and as we've discussed, you're going to need to continue to do that for years to come. I've pointed out to you the article in the Sydney Morning Herald from Friday by Catherine Walsh, this sneering attack on volunteering and volunteerism in our community. I mean, this is bigger than one article from someone by Catherine Walsh. To me, it's surprising that anybody could hold these views. How can we obviously progress as a community if we don't value volunteers and encourage volunteering rather than aiming to eliminate it?
Yes, I agree. It's a philosophical thing. The final line in that article says, sensible countries do all this via the tax system. So, in other words, what she's arguing is we should all pay higher taxes. The government should provide all the services that volunteers currently provide. Exactly,
from fire brigades in tiny rural hamlets to all the lifesavers on our beaches to Meals on Wheels. I mean, she wants government to do everything.
To it all, yeah. And we couldn't afford to pay the taxes that would do that. That's even assuming that they could do it as well as the volunteers currently do. I mean, volunteers do it for nothing. They don't get paid, obviously. And if they were government employees, they would all expect to get paid and work set hours and have all the benefits that go with working for the government. So it's quite a bizarre point of view. And if you look around the world, which countries don't have volunteers? Well, you could start with North Korea and maybe Cuba and Venezuela. They don't have very much in the way of volunteers. Do we want to end up, do we want Australia to end up like those countries? I don't think most Australians would agree with that. In fact, I think we pay far too much tax already, and we undervalue our volunteers. We should encourage them, give them recognition.
Absolutely.
Let everybody know what a great job they're doing and how that they're actually all saving us all taxes.
Indeed, we pay too much tax. We have too many bureaucrats. We have too many politicians. We have too many laws. But we discovered in following up this issue today that we also have a minister responsible for volunteering in the New South Wales government. Yes,
that's right. Yes, well, I mean, I think this article is a bit of a voice in the wilderness, and thank goodness for that. There is a general recognition that volunteers are good amongst government and among most of the public sector as well.
Indeed.
They realise that this idea that government is the answer to everything, it's a bit like saying, what's the solution to alcoholism? Well, let's drink some more alcohol. What's the problem with too much government? Oh, some more government.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous.
Indeed. And the way to reward our volunteers is not to pay them. That kind of destroys the point. It's to laud them, to value them, to encourage them.
Exactly.
Thanks very much for your time. Senator David Leyonhjelm, the Liberal Democrat Senator from New South Wales. He always talks good sense on these issues. He is sometimes a lone voice, but always a strong voice against the nanny state and the overarching arm of government into every aspect of our lives.